TikTok. We are live on YouTube. Yay! Happy Saturday, everybody. And officially November. Yes, I am in a tank top. It's a little warm today. Oh, and I have my look at my cute little earrings. I love them so much. Anyway, so I've been doing a little messing around with our prompt, and I think I'm happy with where it's at. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. I did do some adjusting and some tweaking to the prompts from yesterday. Let me open up my chat here. There we go. Okay, and if anybody has any questions, oh, did we freeze on TikTok? Looks like we froze. There we are. Hey, there we go. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, I do see it on TikTok. I do see it on YouTube. So pop in your questions if you have any questions at all. To bring you guys up to speed, we are working on the script that my brother drafted. And we are going to, let's see, let me go ahead and hit invite. There we go. Let's see. And we are on scene 7. So we are having a side profile, and this is kind of where I'm going back and forth with Chat and Gemini, because it's not quite giving me the look that I want it to give for this perspective. So let me show you what that looks like. Let me share my screen here. Okay, let's see. Where are we at here? Here we are. Yes, so this was my last prompt right here. And let me show you here on TikTok. Let me flip you around here. Flip camera, there we are. Okay, so this is what my prompt was here, and I copied it over here to Gemini. Let me share this tab instead. And I don't think it looks terrible. What I did do, though, is I looked up, because I kind of, the perspective of the parachute is wrong, right? Like, he's kind of just turned. So we have to fix this perspective. I think we can move on. I don't know that I necessarily need this shot in particular. I've tried it a few different times. It's still wrong. Like, it literally just pivots his body. This is fine. This looks great. This isn't what I wanted, but this looks fine. So what I had wanted was to see a side profile shot of him before we animated it. But when I do that, it simply does this. And that's not quite right, because the parachute didn't actually change, which is wrong. We need the parachute to switch around. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with the prompt a little bit more to see if we can get the prompt right, so that he's not just like turning, but like his parachute actually turns. So I'm going to call that out. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to call that out, because that's an important factor in looking at this image. Let me make this image a little bit bigger. And screenshot grab this, pop back over here to Chat. I'm going to add this in here, and I'm going to say to Chat, we have successfully turned our stockbroker. However, if you look at the screenshot, you will notice that his parachute is still going in the same direction, which is not correct in terms of the actual flight with the parachute. How do we get the parachute to turn sideways as well, so that it's properly on the stockbroker's body? That might be a little wordy, but we're going to give it a go. So let's see what Chat has for us in terms of that. While we're doing that, I'm going to actually, let me pop over here to Flow. I want to show you guys, and I'll show you here on TikTok, what we are looking at here. So let me flip this camera around here, and he's looking good here. So where we started, for those of you that hadn't tuned in the other day, so here we go. We have our door opening. Let me back up a little bit here. There we go. So we have our door opening. Right, And now we're going to see our door opening. And hey guys, if you have anybody that is also, we're not going to quite use the whole thing, but I'm going to use the door slightly opening. Here's our stockbroker. I might actually rewrite the prompt for this because I want him to be hurrying a little bit more because this guy is following him. So I think I'm going to have him running a little bit quicker than what I currently have him. So I'll go back and retweak. So we have our bear, and then I'm also going to add in, I want to actually see him jumping off of the building because I don't have him jumping off of the building here. He's already stepped off. That one's incorrect. That one's incorrect. This is the correct one. These are not in sequenced order. We'll have to see it once the whole thing is back together. So there's that one. We have this guy right here. Same guy. And I'll take it from there. Bam. Oh, actually, sorry. My bad. This is the right one. We'll have it on and bam, pull the laptop out. That is correct. I know if you're looking at this, you're like, what is actually happening here? Is this the correct one? This is not the correct one. He's too casual. Yes, that's the correct one. Look how good that looks. That looks so good. And then from here, so I like this scene so much. I actually might just jump from this, skip the next one, which is what we're working on for the visual. So let me pop over here to Gemini. Oh, sorry, to chat. And okay, we have our revised prompt here. So I'm going to take this. Let me copy this, head over here to Gemini, pop this in here. I'm hoping that this is going to fix this image. Let me share this tab here. I'm going to pop you guys around here so I can see you. Anybody has any questions, pop them in the chat. I do see them when I'm looking up at it. And on YouTube is here as well. Okay, great. So we're waiting on Gemini to process that image. And again, I want the parachute needs to go from like here to here, right? Like we need to see this side angle of the parachute. So hopefully when we redraft this, that's what we're going to get. Boo boo, look at you. Thank you so much for joining. Cindy, thank you so much for joining. Nanny, thank you so much for being here. Zachary, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate you guys. Wait, guys, I think we might have it. Maybe? Well, hold on. Kind of. I think what I need to do before we mess with the image anymore, I think I want to animate this. I am happier with this. I don't know that this is the 110%, but here's the thing. We won't know until we animate it. So now this is in a much better working spot, and I have taken some of the other images. Oh, I don't have my candles on. Let's turn my candles on. Let's wave the magic wand. All right, we have all the candles on. Not that you see them all that much, but when I flip the camera, you can see them. I'm such a dork. I love them. Okay, next we're going to create the flow prompt for this. So we're going to take our guy. I'm going to download him. I'm going to pop over here and say, okay, this image works. I learned yesterday that we can talk this in. I knew that, but I didn't know if I could do it during the live. I don't know why it would have been any different, but I can do it during the live. So yay for that. Okay, comma, this image I think will work, period. Next, write the flow animation prompt. Do you have any questions before you draft this prompt, or are you clear? Question mark. So I don't normally give it, chat, the or are you clear part. Typically what I say is ask me any and all clarification questions that you have. But I kind of wanted to see, maybe it actually knows where we're at and it's good, but let's see. Crystal clear, just to confirm before I draft the flow animation prompt. Oh, let me share this tab. Sorry about that on YouTube. I've got you sharing the tab now. Let me hide this. That way I don't see it on the backside. Okay. Camera behavior, lateral tracking shot moving smoothly beside him, handheld realism sight, yes. Subject motion, stockbrokers gliding steadily between the skyscrapers, minor steering adjustments with chords, not diving or spinning. Right. He's not, we're not doing that. Environment, financial district corridor with skyscrapers sliding horizontally across frame. I'm confused about that midday. I think what it means is that we see the side of the building going sideways like this. We're going to leave it. If it messes it up, we'll fix it. It's not a big deal. Atmosphere, realistic wind, turbulence, his tie-in jacket ripple, intensity, light, but yes, audio, continuous wind rushing noise, pacing, bam, bam, bam. Yes. Okay. Yes, all this is correct. Yes, all this is correct. How about I spell correct? Correct. Correctly. There we go. Okay. How great is this that you guys get to see the whole build? Like we took it from the script to like every day we're doing a little bit more. And then once it's done, I'll be able to share with you guys the final finished product. That is so cool to me. All right. Now we have our flow animation prompt. Okay. And then I will show you, I've been showing you guys as I drop these prompts in. Let me go upload this image and then I will show you how we're doing all of that. I think I downloaded it already. So let me upload. Yeah, let me upload our guy. Also, being that it is now November 1st, I'm so curious, how many of you are like flipping your Halloween to, oh, let me show you this. This is important. Flipping your Halloween to holiday. I already have some Thanksgiving decorations up. Okay, so when you are in prompt and you upload and you're working in your particular, I'm going to say flow, but that's not what I mean. Like a particular creative, the right word will come to me in a moment. It will automatically do landscape. But then now, for those of you that don't know, in Flow, there's a new feature called Portrait. So this is going to keep all of our guy in frame. So we're going to say crop and save. Here's our guy uploading here. And then I'm going to drop the prompt in here. So let me go ahead and copy. I'm going to share this tab for a second. Flow animation scene. So let me copy here. All right, great. Pop over here, share here, drop it in here. Okay, now if you are new to using Flow, this is important. So up here where you have you can choose your models. So model, I am using VO 3.1 fast, the beta audio. Why is this important? If you use quality, because you're like, oh yeah, of course I want quality. Notice that your credits that you're going to use has jumped. So this, when you have it under fast, we're using 20 credits to create that animation. The fast is 20 credits. The quality is 100 credits. You also have how many outputs. So these are each 20, like, so if I have 4, now that this is going to use, based on your current settings, 20 credits per output. So we're just going to do 1. At least that I'm pretty certain that's how the math works. Like obviously, 4 times 20, it would be 80. But I'm pretty sure that's how it deducts it. It doesn't say it down here, but I'm pretty sure per output, that's what it does. So so far for this workflow, I have been happy with just 1 output. Sometimes I want 2, but this one, we've just been doing 1. So we're going to stick with that. We're going to say go ahead and go. And as it's processing, let's work on the next visual. So I'm going to put TikTok, I'm going to put you back over here. So I'm going to flip you around, put you back over here so I can grab the next one. All right, so that is working here. Let me pop over to our script. Okay, This one I'm really excited about. And the reason I said earlier that I might use that same image of the guy when he's like this coming down, because now he's going to be approaching the golden charging bull statue in Wall Street. So if I don't feel like the side view works with that sequence, then I may not use it, or I may flop them around in editing. So I'll see after we create it. So now our next scene is approaching the golden. And the other thing, let me show you real quick. When my brother drafted this script, he wrote POV. I literally think he meant like just to say what is the like actual point of view, not trying to communicate that this is from the point of view of the stockbroker. Does that make sense? Okay. So the reason I bring that up is when I have put POV into chat, it thinks, oh, POV, like it is from my perspective, right? It's from my perspective. That is not what we mean in this case. And twice I've had to go back and say, actually, so sorry. What I meant was blah, 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 blah. So I've caught it in advance this time. So that's a note when you're doing your scripting and your prompting. When you put POV, it means from your point of view, from the character's point of view. That is how it is interpreting it, at least currently in the LLM. So scene 8, and I'm just going to copy the whole thing, and then I will take a look. I'm pretty sure our flow is done, but I want to get this going. So carry the momentum into scene 8 so we can draft the Gemini prompt. Yes, so draft the Gemini prompt for scene 8 is what I'm putting in. And I'm doing a lot of copying, pasting as well. Camera angle. We see the stockbroker as he's approaching the golden charging bull statue in Wall Street. So what I rewrote was, we see the stockbroker as he's approaching the golden charging bull statue in New York City. If you have been there, you know what I'm talking about, the bull, when he's like, it's not like this, but it's more like this. Again, as always, I'm going to ask it, ask me any and all clarification questions you have about this Gemini prompt. Guys, it wrote Gem and I. All right, let's fix that Gemini prompt. So, perfect example. I mean, that was a dictation thing, but okay, let's click that. Let's come over here to flow. Let's see where we're at. Let me flip you around here. I'm excited and a little nervous. Okay, here we go. Because I just don't know. His hand, like his one hand's got it. His other hand's, I don't know what it's doing over here. We're going to see. Give us a second. Actually, guys, it's not bad. Okay, what I want to know, do we see his shadow? Oh no, because the sun's the other way. So the shadow would be like actually where we are. Okay, I'm not mad at this. I don't hate this. I'm pretty, yeah, this is pretty okay. Okay, let me flip this camera back around. I should probably stop, flipping the camera back around. Is that probably driving you guys crazy? All right, let's clarify. So if this is your first time joining me, thank you guys so much for being here. Brooke, thank you for being here. B, thank you for being here. C, thank you for being here. Super appreciate all of you guys and your support. Let me check and see if I have any comments that I need to answer on YouTube. Okay, we are doing our clarification questions. Chat has given us typically anywhere between 1 to 12 questions to clarify what the scene looks like. It feels like a bit of a pain in the tuchus doing this, but really the benefit is it gives it extra detail about what we want in terms of visuals, and that helps us during our prompting. All right, how are we doing on our time? I think we are doing good on our time. Yes, okay, great. So camera position. Do we want the camera tracking in front of him? At this point, we do. So we see him approaching the bull head on. Let's see. Or do we want it behind him following along in his glide toward the bull? Or a wide aerial angle showing both him and the bull from above? Okay, we might have to revisit this one because I kind of want to see what all three look like. But for the time being, let's pick, let's see, do we want the camera tracking in front of him? That is the angle that we have been using. So let's change it up at this point because as a viewer, I think I would get bored of seeing that same thing. So we're going to change it up. Do we want it behind him following his glide towards the bull? Kind of. I kind of want it. Or is it his point of view coming in at the bull? Oh, maybe that is what my brother, if he was here, I would ask him, but he's not here at the moment. Okay, let me go back to the script for a second. I'm going to say POV from the perspective of the stockbroker. Sorry, my nose got itchy. Actually, we're going to say, let's have this POV. We see the approach to the bull as if we are the stockbroker. Okay, that's the one we're going to go with. I think that is what my brother means. Distance from the bull. Should the bull fill the frame close, almost dramatic arrival shot, or remain medium distance so we can still perceive surroundings? I think we're going to say medium distance because I know what's coming up in the script. So we're going to say medium distance so we can still, oh, sorry guys, I'm not sharing this tab on YouTube. Apologies. Here we go. Medium distance so we can still perceive surrounding Wall Street buildings. Okay. Trying to go quickly here so we can keep everybody engaged. Flight height. Okay. Is he still gliding low between buildings or high above? He's getting lower. He's been gliding for a while. Okay, puppy's trying to reach out there. There we go. Gliding low between buildings, descending toward street level. Yes, that is where he is at this point because we've been gliding through the city for a long time. Parachute visibility. Well, because it's, and again, this was my bad. I should have, when I just went down that whole road of like POV, take it out. Now I'm like, oh, I should have added it back in. Okay, parachute visibility. Still fully deployed behind him or beginning to collapse. It's still deployed behind him because he's still in the air. Oops, there we go. Okay, tone. Should it feel epic, heroic, like a triumphant cinematic reveal of the bull? Yeah, let's have that. It should feel, yes, let's have it be a dramatic, triumphant, cinematic reveal of the bull. Still keeping the same consistent lighting. So it's asking about the lighting. Again, this is quick. So the lighting hasn't changed much. Environmental details. Do we want visible street elements, crowd, cars, flags, cobblestones, New York City, banners, or keep it clean, mostly the bull statue? Okay. So in thinking about this, like what's important here is we don't want to distract too much, right? We don't, if we confuse the viewer of what it is that they're seeing and there's too many things to be seeing, somebody's going to swipe away. So I think we're going to just do, we're going to say keep it clean. Keep it clean. Mostly the bull statue from the street and the sky. I like the idea of having all the New York City, but I think if it's too much, it's going to be too distracting. Okay, is the broker looking determined, relieved, or amazed as he's near the ground? Any hand gesture, still gripping the cords or starting to raise one hand? I think he's still gripping the cords. Okay, so broker is looking determined and still gripping the cords because he's still in the air. Once he lands, then he can let go of those things. Camera lens feel, continue the wide angle. Yes. Yep, we're sticking with the 24 to 35 millimeter camera. Okay, and then final framing. should this shot set up the next scene? Meaning we want momentum and motion and blur. Or yeah, this isn't the end of it. So this should set up the next scene. Oops, wrong place. There we go. Okay. Bam. There we go. And next that's going to be for our Gemini prompt. So drafting right now, and then I will flip you guys around as I copy paste. Any questions? Hello, Lynn, Hannah, thank you so much for being here. Goldilocks, I love that. Thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate you guys. Any questions at all about where we're at in our drafting and our prompting? Pop it into the comments. Oh, also, if you guys haven't followed, I need to get to 1,000 followers so that I can pop you into here in Restream so you can see everything that I'm doing. That way I don't have to flip the camera around. So if you could follow, that would be helpful. If you could share this channel with your family and friends, that would also be helpful. Thank you so much. Okay, scene 8, we've got it. Let me just do a quick read through. Let me flip you around so you can see it as well. Okay. So let me put you this way. There we go. Okay. Ahead, the bronze charging bull gleams in midday sunlight. Let's see, let me come up here. POV shot perspective, stockbroker gliding towards the charging bull. The camera descends low between the canyon of the financial district buildings, moved rapidly. Yes. Maintained. I know I'm jumping around. Consistent midday lighting from previous scenes. Yes. Heroic. Okay. I think we are in a good place here. So let's copy this, come over here. We're going to paste in Gemini and let's go here. Ooh, so exciting. So exciting. The suspense. Where's the suspense music? We need the suspense music. It's taking a second to think, and that's fine. So we have this, and we have this animation here. Let me share this here while we're waiting. So from this perspective, I'll probably use right here, and then I'll cut, and we'll pop over to, hopefully we'll have an image. Oh, not yet. And we'll cut to this image. Let me share this tab. Oops, did I click the wrong one? Here we go. Yes! This is great! Okay, the one thing that I see a problem with, he did not have gloves on before. No gloves. So we do need to get rid of these gloves here. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'm going to, oh, I almost threw that pen on the floor. My puppy dog would have been like, ah. Okay. We're going to remove okay, this is what we're going to do. Before I drop this back into chat and say, hey, we need to make this adjustment, I'm just going to say, remove the gloves. Let's see if it's as simple as that. Because sometimes I do overcomplicate. Remove the black gloves from his hands. We're going to see if it was that simple. Because sometimes it is that simple. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. Fingers crossed that it's that simple today. So for those of you that have just joined, Irish Eyes, thank you so much for being here. T Model Forward, thank you so much for being here. We are taking our script and drafting the prompts in chat to create the images in Gemini, and then we are animating those images in Flow. And up until this point, I have been doing a couple of images and then a couple of Flow prompts, but I think it's a little more gratifying and satisfying for me to show you guys yay, we have success. We moved the gloves off of his hands. Yay. Okay, we are in a great place now. So that's probably going to get a bit cut off. And if you notice, his hands are the right direction. They're not like some weird direction. So this is fantastic. So now we're going to say, that is fantastic. That image worked. It was that simple. So now we're back into chat, and we're going to say, move forward and write the Flow animation prompt for scene 8. Again, Ask me any and all clarification questions that you may have, period. Okay. Asking away. Typically, it gives us about 8 to 10 questions on the second one, or it's been more consistent with 10. I know I said 8, but it's been more consistent with 10. So let's start answering these. Approach speed. Ooh, this is good. He's coming in hot. I'm going to say he's coming in hot. Quick and thrilling. Fast descent towards the bull. Yes. This isn't gliding in some vineyard field. We are in New York City. Bam, bam, bam. Camera behavior. Do you want subtle handheld vibration and air turbulence during the descent? Yes. We want subtle handheld vibration, air turbulence during the descent. Because he's coming in hot. Final camera stop. Should the camera slow down and stabilize briefly as it nears the bull? Yes, as he lands. As he lands. The camera should slow down and stabilize. Should we see the tops of nearby buildings sliding past as the camera drops to focus to keep the focus mostly towards the bull? No, we want to keep the focus towards the bull because I think if it goes towards the buildings, I don't know what we're looking at. Okay, 5. Do we want the lens flare or light bloom of sunlight glinting off the bull? Yeah, why not? Yes. We're just going to say yes on this one. Okay. Motion debris. A little bit. A little. Light dust in the air for realism. A little, comma, light dust in the air for realism. Okay, soundscape continue. We are not going to intensify the wind, so continue the same wind and distant city ambience. I'm going to say, but I'm going to get rid of the word distance because we're in the city now. And then I'm going to say that we're at the ground level. We are at ground level of the city, with the city, of the city. English. 8. Do we want a brief metallic swell or impactful whoosh as the bull fills the frame? I don't know about a metallic swell. I think that's going to, let's just say no. I think that's going to mess with it too much. Should this shot end? No, we're going to cut to the next scene. So 9, we're going to say cutting immediately to the next scene. Oh, that's it. There's no 10. Okay, there we go. So now we should get our prompt for this video. Or for the visual. So let me download it and prep it. I'm going to add it to, if you guys hear my puppy dog, he decided to run out and run out and yell at the neighbor. All right, opening that work. Okay, so let me show you. Again, we are cropping. Oh, you are still looking at me. We are cropping here. So we still see some of his hands, but the bull is in full view. And the reason I'm keeping him centered and I'm not moving this over this way or this way and giving it a 1/3 is because as the stockbroker, he's probably just looking straight ahead. So I'm going to hit reset. I am going to keep it in the center just like that. Okay, so we're going to say crop, and then let me come over here and grab our flow and pop this in here. Okay, and let's just have a quick read, make sure that this sounds correct, because when I didn't read it before, it kind of did the wrong thing. First person POV hurling towards, I'd love that, hurling forward at a high speed, yes. The movement feels thrilling, yes. Camera maintains forward focus on the bull. Viewer's perspective, realism, hands, parachute cords, bright midday. Yes, okay, and go. So now as this is working, let's come back over here to our scene and ground level. So camera angle, ground level in front of the charging bull, can see a stockbroker coming to land next to the charging bull statue. Man lands next to the charging bull statue. He's nonchalant, walks forward. Okay, parachute falls behind him as he unclips his parachute. So this is our scene 9 that we're going to work on next. And we're going to pop this over here. And this should say yes. We're going to move on to scene 9, but I'm going to put this in here. Let me share here. And let's get this one flipping around. Let's get this one going here. Anybody have any questions that I have missed? Let me quickly look, make sure I haven't missed any questions in here. No, I think we are solid. Okay, excellent. And let's see. So move to the next scene. Move next into scene 9 is what it says. Let me pop this in at the beginning here. Scene 9. There we go. And then I'm going to say, ask me any and all clarification questions you have about the Gemini prompt for this next image. Okay, and it got Gemini correct this time. Okay, let's go over to Flow and see if we have it. Okay, it's almost done. It's at 79%, so we are almost there. All right, so this is going to ask us some questions about the Gemini prompt, just like it has on all of the other ones. Lola, thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate you guys. Okay, so cinematic payoff. And we have 14 questions, clarification questions that it's asking this time. So let's see, camera placement. Do we want the shot static and low, ground level, tripod feel, camera unmoving as he lands, or slightly handheld? I'm going to say we want slightly handheld. Camera subtly reacts to his landing impact for realism. Yes. And should the camera face directly towards the bull with the stockbroker landing from above, or angled slightly to the side? So we're going to see angled slightly to the side, so we see both the bull and the man clearly in profile. And I'm going to say stockbroker because I want to make sure we stay consistent. Okay, when we say ground level, do you want to see the cobblestone street in the foreground? Yes. Oh boy. What are you doing, Bruce? Puppy dog's down there. Should the charging bull dominate the background, larger than life, or share equal weight in frame with the landing? Share equal weight. This is important. Share equal weight. I'm so excited to see the flow. Okay. As he lands, is it a smooth parachute touchdown? No, this guy is like smooth. Okay, hold on. You can go. Sorry, guys. Come here, Benjamin. Come here. Okay. You going down? All right, go ahead, go. Go on down. Baby puppy dog. Thanks for your patience. As he lands, smooth parachute touchdown, controlled and graceful. It is, we'll flip these words. It is a smooth, there we go. Okay, working our way through these questions. How close to the bull does he land? Within a few feet, a little further. A little bit further. A little further because of what's coming up to give space for his walk. Yes. Okay, when he walks forward, should he? No. He should not pass the bull. Expression tone, still calm and collected, nonchalant. Yes. All of these questions are so good. It gives our scene real clarity. Okay, should his suit and tie still flutter from the wind, begin to settle? His suit and tie begins to settle and comes to a rest. Oops. Begins to settle and comes to a rest. As he comes to a rest. That's fine. Same thing. Okay, 10, do we want to see the parachute canopy fully collapse behind him? Yes. See the parachute canopy fully collapse behind him. So these are really important details. Every time, it's funny because like every time I see these questions, part of me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, oh man, there's so many to answer. But they are important. And I remind myself of that every time that I feel like, man, can we just like hurry up and get to it? But look, garbage in, garbage out. So take the time. Nitty gritty details. Should the parachute land directly behind him or slightly off to the side to preserve a clean silhouette of the man in the bull? He's going to walk away from it. So I'm going to say directly behind, but he unclips and he walks away. So the parachute should land directly behind him. But we do see him unclip from the parachute and walk forward of it, is what I'm going to say. Because I don't want him like walking off. He can't walk off yet. Are there any bystanders or background elements? It shouldn't be completely empty. Bystanders and background elements, blurred pedestrians, traffic light, it should not be empty. It should, this is New York City. New York City's never empty. It should not be completely empty, but the focus does need to remain on our main characters. Okay, there we go. And question 13 and 14 is about our lighting. 13, continue midday brightness. Yes. Yes, continue midday brightness. And 14, should this shot feel like a victory landing? Cool. If I say it feels like a victory landing, I think we're going to get it like a hurrah or something cool, understated. Let's try the triumphant, heroic, but I'm going to say, but not over the top, but not too over the top, because we have more happening. Another scene after this. He is a bit, not a book, bit cool, calm, and collected. Or, yeah, let's, but again, not over the top. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see our animation. So exciting. Okay, let me share this tab and moment of truth. Here we go. Oh, that's really close to the bowl. We're going to have to rework this. I'm not loving this one. I think that's too close to the bowl. I think I might have to go back and tweak the details of that because that's a little too close. Okay, let's see for our scene. I do like that, but I think it's, yeah, I need to adjust that. Okay, so we have our prompt here. We're popping it into Gemini, and we're going to see what that image looks like. Let me go back and look at the script on this one again. Approaching, he needs to be further back. So approaching the golden bull is too close. That's really what it comes down to. I think I need to actually go back into Gemini and make it further away. I think that's really what it comes down to, as I think we just need to make it further away. Keep calm and parachute on. Yes. Liz, yes, that's exactly it. Keep calm and parachute on. Okay, and we have about 10 minutes left, so I want to see if we can get this next one animated. Okay, Gemini is almost done with this. Yes. Okay, actually, this could work. TikTok, let me show you what I'm looking at here. The reason is the next scene, this image could actually work, but we need the flow prompt for this now. So that you guys can see this, I'm going to do the flow prompt quicker. I'm not going to ask it to ask me clarification questions. I'll probably have to do that after I get off our live together. But I do want you guys to see what this looks like. I want to get this animated. So it's okay if I need to go back and tweak some things so that you can see it. But this is coming along nicely. Okay, so we're a little too close on that other angle, but this one looks good. Man, does our stockbroker look like the character, right? I'm going to say write the flow animation for scene 9. Let me share this tab here. White collar. Neil Caffrey. Neil Caffrey, that was our character's name in White Collar. He looks like that, right? Look. Doesn't he look like that in this character? Neil Caffrey's, I don't know his actual name, but he does. He reminds me of Neil Caffrey. I not disappointed at that. I'm kind of happy at that. He was a good looking character. I promise this isn't turning into smut. Maybe some of you would like it to turn into that. Okay, let me come back over here. We've got our code. Let me copy. Oh, I didn't download the image. So let me come over here to share this tab here. Let me download our image. I need to pop it into, let me upload it here. Here's our image. Bam. Yes. We're going to see a little bit more. I'm moving the angle of the crop and pop in. Okay. So, oh, it's still loading. There we go. So let me show you here. I've added in. Let me click go. Okay. If you guys have had any fun today, or if I've made you laugh at all, hit that little heart too. That also helps boost these up here for me. Be sure to hit follow and subscribe too. If you guys are on YouTube, thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, I know he does look like Neil Caffrey. Okay, so what have we accomplished today? Today, I think this one was yesterday. So I really love this one. It looks so good. So I might flip this one with, let me stop this, otherwise it continues to animate. I might flip this one with this. I might see him sideways here and then see this one. I'm going to see, this will be a decision in editing when I go to download these. And this one I think is too close. I need to come back further. He is really on top of that bull. And also notice wrong perspective from our visual here. Oh my gosh, it's done. Okay, let's see. All right, that music. Okay, not sad about this at all. Then I won't use this part. What's coming up? Let me tell you what's coming up. What's coming up is he's going to pull his laptop. I know he threw it away earlier. He's going to pull it back out. Maybe actually, okay. Adam, thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate you guys. Let me stop sharing my screen at the moment. What's coming up is our stockbroker pulls his laptop back out. So I'm rethinking. Originally, I was like, we're just going to get rid of that laptop. And then it was like, wait a minute. Maybe we need to wait. Maybe it needs to go back into the coat, like right back into the coat and keep the laptop. But I kind of love that he threw it away. Like, phew, F this laptop. But I think maybe I'm going to think this through and see, do we decide to tuck it back into the coat or do we just like magic, it comes back out again. But the laptop comes back out and we take a look at the stocks again. And then I have a really solid ending coming up, but I don't want to give it away. You guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. This is so much fun. I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, I'm going to be uploading these up onto YouTube and onto TikTok. Put it in the comments and I will answer it in our live tomorrow. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.